Unveiling Ancient History, the reality of slavery in ancient Egypt. Welcome, viewers. Today, we're delving into a topic that has intrigued historians for centuries, the reality of slavery in ancient Egypt. You're watching History Freak, and kindly watch it till end, then you will come across all the aspects of it. Before we unravel the layers of this historical aspect, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more intriguing historical content. Fact of Egypt. Now, when we think about ancient Egypt, images of majestic pyramids and powerful pharaohs often come to mind. However, it's essential to explore the lesser-known facets of this civilization. Slavery played a significant role in shaping the economic and social landscape of ancient Egypt. Let's start by defining what slavery meant in the context of ancient Egypt. Unlike modern perceptions, slavery in ancient Egypt wasn't solely based on race. Individuals could become slaves due to debt, criminal offenses, or as prisoners of war. It's a complex system that we're about to unravel. Slavery wasn't just about labor. It had a profound impact on society and the economy. We'll explore how slaves were employed in various roles, from agricultural work to construction projects, and discuss the consequences on both the enslaved and the society as a whole. Daily life of slaves. Ever wondered about the daily life of a slave in ancient Egypt? Stick around as we uncover the living conditions, the challenges they faced, and whether there were avenues for social mobility within this hierarchical system. Certainly, let's delve into the daily life of slaves in ancient Egypt. Many slaves were employed in agriculture, working the fields to cultivate crops such as wheat, barley, and flax. Slaves were heavily involved in the construction of monumental structures like the pyramids, temples, and other architectural projects commissioned by pharaohs. Some slaves served as domestic servants, performing tasks within the households of the elite. Slaves often lived in modest dwellings near their workplace or on the estates of their owners. These residences were simple, offering minimal comfort. Slaves had limited access to clothing and personal possessions. Their attire was basic and functional, reflecting their lower social status. The diet of slaves was basic and focused on sustaining energy for labor. It typically included staples like bread, beer, and vegetables. Unlike the more varied diets of the elite, slaves had limited access to a diverse range of foods. Slaves occupied the lowest rung of the social hierarchy in ancient Egypt. They had little to no social mobility and were considered the property of their owners. Slaves had few rights and were subject to the will of their masters. They could be bought, sold, or given as part of an inheritance. Slaves often faced harsh treatment from overseers and owners. Physical punishment was not uncommon as a means of enforcing discipline. The social stigma associated with slavery meant that slaves were often marginalized and faced discrimination within society. Families of slaves were often separated, as individuals could be bought or sold independently of their relatives. Children born to slave parents inherited their parents' status and had limited prospects for social advancement. Slaves had limited access to the religious practices and rituals that were integral to ancient Egyptian society. Participation in religious ceremonies was often reserved for the elite. Understanding the daily life of slaves in ancient Egypt provides insight into the challenging conditions they endured and the stark disparities that existed within this society. It also highlights the resilience and strength required for individuals to navigate their existence within the constraints of slavery. Slave revolts. It's not all oppression and submission. We'll touch on notable instances of slave revolts and resistance, shedding light on the courage and resilience of those who fought against their enslavement. As we wrap up our exploration of slavery in ancient Egypt, it's crucial to approach history with a nuanced perspective. While the remnants of this system are evident in the archaeological record, understanding the complexities is key to appreciating the full picture. Hope so, it comes to highly knowledgeable for you. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the annals of history. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow history enthusiasts. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, stay curious.